I'm excited. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm going to get straight to the point. Today, we're going to talk about how Eric did $68,000 in 3 months. $68,000 between 70 and 80% margin doing Amazon arbitrage. And we're also going to talk about why would someone do arbitrage and not private label, and some of the advantages that arbitrage has, especially if you're trying to get started or you're short on cash. So, Eric, I just want to start by saying thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this time together.
Thank you so much, man. I love it that you're here, and thank you for the fact that you're an example of what we talk about. Guys, this is Stump Seth. We do this every Wednesday, and if you are able to stump myself and Eric today, we will ship you a free brand new iPad directly from Apple. So if you can stump us, now it has to be a fair question. You can't go Google something really weird and cryptic and then ask us to figure it out. But if it's an honest, really good question about arbitrage that anyone doing arbitrage should know, especially as a coach, then yes, if you can stump us, you get an iPad. That is the confidence I have in our team. However, one time someone was able to stump me, Eric, and they got a free iPad. Guys, as you can see my screen here, this is the sales. I asked Eric to send me these. How long ago did you send me these, Eric? Tell everybody.
Oh, I probably sent these to you a few hours ago.
Yeah, just a few hours ago. He logged into Seller Central. He screenshotted it. He sent it to me. This is 70 to 80% margin. 68,000 in 3 months. Guys, I just want you to look at that number for a minute. And there was a day when Eric started, he had none. When he started, he had no experience. He had to learn and he had to hustle. He was also a just one dime student of the Arbitrage training. And I hope this encourages you guys to know you can do this too if you follow the steps, if you get the right knowledge, if you apply it, and if you move to action quickly. And as a result, Eric, could you talk a little bit about the house you were able to buy?
Yeah, it's a really fun story for me to tell. Just recently, in October of 2018, we were able to buy our first house as a family. And, 4 years ago, I was in debt. I had a good job, but I didn't have any margin to save for a house. And so I was just in a really difficult position, not knowing how I was ever going to get enough money to have a down payment for a house. I was working my tail off and trying to think of how to create margin, but by conviction, my wife stays home with our 4 kids. We want it that way. She wants it that way. And I could save about $100 a month. And I thought, man, I'm going to be long dead before we have a down payment for a house. It's just not going to happen. So what I began to do is work on doing arbitrage and sell on Amazon and create margin. And first I got rid of debt. And then I purchased a car for our family. And then, like you referred to just last fall, I was able to put a down payment on a brand new house. And it's been awesome to be here.
That's amazing. And guys, I know many of you are in a similar situation where you would love to see your spouse be able to work from home. If you don't mind muting your side, Eric, just for a moment, just getting a little feedback. They're able to work from, they would love the idea of being able to get their spouse and bring them home so they can be home. And Eric was able to do this. He's able to do this for his wife so she can be at home with the kids. So the kids are being raised by his wife and him, not by someone else at a child care center. And then he's able to do this. And tell me, Eric, a little bit about your work situation when you built up this 68,000 in 3 months at 75-ish average profit margin between 70 and 80. Did you have a full-time job? How did you do that?
I do have a full-time job. I work about 45 hours a week as a cybersecurity and privacy consultant with IBM. So I'm busy. And that was part of the challenge in trying to figure out how am I going to add margin to my life. I can't just go get a second job. It was difficult to think through how to navigate that. But yeah, in the last 3 months, I've been working those kind of hours. I'm heavily involved in ministry at our church, and that's an important thing to me. So I don't ever really want to sideline that in order to create more margin in my budget. I'd like to have money to get the house I got and stuff like that, but I don't want to sideline ministry. So I've had to always hold those in tension, and that's been a challenge for me. But the coolest thing about selling on Amazon for me is that I've been able to work my business around so that it fits in with my schedule and it serves my family. I have a lot of friends who are business owners, and boy, they just speak like the business is this monster, that grabs hold of them and says when to jump and how high. And sometimes they feel like they're being taken away from their family. They're being taken away from the things that are important to them. And for me, the experience has been just the opposite, because through selling on Amazon, I can really work my schedule however I want. If I get up at 4 a.m. and I put in 3 hours of work on my Amazon business, I haven't disturbed the family. Everybody's been sleeping. I haven't taken away time from any of that. So that's what I've liked about this, Seth, is I've been able to make numbers like that, but not detract from what's important to me. And given my situation, I've been able to tailor it to what I need to do with a full-time job.
Guys, if you're listening right now, you're hearing what Eric is saying, a full-time job. He's also serves at his church in ministry. His dream was for his wife to be able to be at home with their children, and he wants to generate more capital. Like, there are very few people in the world who don't have some version of this dream, this kind of margin. And that you were able to do that 4 to 7 every morning, 3 hours a day, work in your Amazon business, and that generate you almost $70,000 in 3 months. And you're getting back, your margin is around 75%, is just phenomenal. And you do this all online. Now, talk to me a little bit, Eric, about how did the Just When I'm training help you to get there? And second, tell everyone here, what are some of the first steps you took to get started so people watching can do the same?
Sure. Well, first of all, when I got started, I kind of stumbled along for over 2 years with no coaching help whatsoever. So it was slow and it was sometimes painful, and I had to learn a lot by experience. But I saw that there was a principle at work where I could find items at a low price and sell them through the Amazon platform at a higher price, enough that I could see the potential for it making money. I mean, arbitrage has been around for centuries, and it's really pretty simple. You take advantage of one market wherein you can buy low, and then you sell high in another market. But we're in an amazing time when I can buy something here in northern Vermont and I can sell it to a little old lady in Montana and take advantage of the market in her state in a matter of days, because everybody is online and everybody is on Amazon. So I found out pretty early that if I could take advantage of the Amazon marketplace and work really hard at finding discounted products, then I was in a really good position to make money. But it was slow and it was difficult, but I could see that it worked. Then when I discovered you and Just One Dime and got involved in the coaching program, really 2 things happened. One, Just One Dime really helped me to focus on making principled decisions for my business. So I began to see, and I knew a little of this, but it really became honed to a focus where if I could calculate what my potential margin was and lay that over and against what the bestseller rank was, which Amazon gives for all the products that are listed on there, if I could see it had a low BSR and a strong profit margin, then I could have strong confidence to move forward and know that my business was going to make money. And Just One Dime really gave strong shape to that confidence, because they helped me to be more principled in how I was buying items and not kind of blown around by emotion or wishful thinking. You know, sometimes you hold an item in your hand and you like it, and you're like,
you like it. You think it's going to be
good on Amazon. Yeah, but you're not applying any sort of principled numbers to it. So they helped me with that. And then secondly, the community at Just One Dime has been amazing. I mean, there have been times in my 4+ years of selling that have been difficult, and that shouldn't be a surprise. We're wanting to start and run legitimate businesses. This isn't kind of a do flips for a couple months and then go on to the next sparkly thing. This is, for me, it was wanting to grow a business that would provide margin for me for years and years to come. Not just try to get a car or something, but actually develop margin in the long term. And what business are you going to do where you're not going to run into obstacles? And I've run into tons of them. And the Just One Dime community has been such a sweet place for me to share those obstacles, get some practical help, but also just to get the support to not flag in my perseverance to work through those obstacles.
What I love about it is because you took the time and you went out and you decided to get up early in the morning. And I'm sure there were plenty of mornings where you didn't feel like getting up at 4 or 3:30, whatever time you had to get up. There are probably many mornings like, man, it'd be nice to go back to bed, sleep till 7 or whatever, then go to my regular job. But you sacrificed. And as a result, your wife is thankful. Your kids are thankful. Everyone here listening to this premium free content is thankful. And you're not helping others do the same, which I think is amazing. And in many ways, it reminds me of my story. Mine has been much more private label than Arbitrage, but they do overlap a lot. And I still love Arbitrage. My wife really loves Arbitrage. So guys, I just want to encourage you. And again, for those of you guys watching on Instagram, every Wednesday at noon Central, we go live on YouTube. So what you are hearing is Eric, how he did 68,000 in 90 days at approximately 75% profit margin doing Amazon Arbitrage. And for those of you guys who just joined, I'm going to share my screen again so you can see. He sent me this screenshot here. I'll show you on Instagram so you guys can look at it. He sent me this screenshot literally a couple hours ago. These are results. If you could have $68,000, $68,006.48, if you could have 75% of that number, would you want that? Is this something you would want for you and your family? I'm just curious, like how many of you guys would love to have this? And I'm telling you this because yes, I do want to lure you into selling on Amazon because in my opinion, it is right now the fastest, most legitimate, sustainable, scalable way to generate an additional income stream without killing you and your family, without killing your time, without killing your health. If you are working full time, guys, don't get discouraged. Don't think, well, wait, maybe someday I'll start when I'm really set up. No, you need to start now. Like the book that came out about real estate from that real estate expert. I think his last name's Keller. I forget the first name at the moment. He says, start. You need to start. Don't wait, start and begin to take action. And I hope that every time we come live, you guys see you can do this. For those of you guys who are not following me on Instagram, please pull out your phone. I was about to grab my phone, but it's right here on Instagram. So go on Instagram, search Seth Kniep. Follow me. Every Saturday, Kimberly and I are just going live with our arbitrage. We go to yard sales. We share a ton. How do we do it? You guys probably, if you're following me on Instagram, you saw one of those sales, boom, came in yesterday. Now do that 1,000 times and you're making really good money. And that was just from a couple hours. Eric, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we spent $125 in a few hours on Saturday. When all of that sells and based on the BSR and based on the dates of the eBay listings, we should have all of it sold within just a few weeks. That alone, just from those couple hours, is going to be over $600 profit. The actual sale retail value combined for what it's selling right now is over 1,000. And that was just having fun. Our son came with us. We went out, we got some coffee, we got some cash, and we just started doing retail arbitrage. So guys, I hope this helps you a ton. Now I got one more question, Eric, actually two more questions. Then we're going to take questions here below. And again, if you're on Instagram, if you want to see the questions here, you're welcome to join, but I hope this is still valuable to you guys likewise. Eric, what are some of the key principles or key things you do when you're hunting for products? And a follow-up question to that, are you doing this online? Are you walking into retail stores, or is it a combination?
I'll answer the second question first. I'm doing both. I'm doing retail arbitrage in big box stores locally, and I'm doing online arbitrage. And I've done both together for some time now, a matter of years. And I love it. I think they complement each other well. The biggest thing you're doing to answer your first question is you're looking for opportunities. And I think you're right. It is fun. You grab a family member, you grab some time and you grab a drink and you go and you're just having a good time and you're looking for opportunities. I kind of feel like it's a treasure hunt. And I've developed relationships. I have store managers that I know and will even turn me on to deals. I go to Lowe's and I might find some stuff in the clearance section of Lowe's. And if I can bump into the right person, they'll take me into the back and show me where there's more stuff. I have one manager who's become a friend. I mean, our families have gone out to Texas Roadhouse and ate ribeyes together. So there's a fun relational dynamic to it. And she texts me when she's boxed up material that she knows that I would like to sell. So, I mean, there's just some really fun ways that you can connect and find opportunities. And there are days when I do a lot of work and I find almost nothing. But I've been doing it long enough to know that if I just stay the course, I'm going to find good opportunities. And I think the principles that mark good opportunities are what I said a minute ago. I just use my Amazon Seller Central app, which you can download for free and connect to your account online. And I scan items where I think I'm likely to find deals. So I hit clearance end caps. I try to be efficient because I don't have a ton of time. So I'm hitting clearance end caps, clearance sections. I'm going to yard sales. I live in Vermont, so I'm limited to like 3 months of yard sales. But I'm going anywhere I can, and I'm looking for the principle of a low BSR, which tells me it's going to sell quickly. So if something is less than 1% BSR in that category, In other words, if there's a million items available in a given category, if I can find a BSR under 100,000, I'm excited that that's low. And if at the same time, my potential return on investment is in the vicinity of 90 or 100%, then I think that's a really good item to purchase. And I buy it, and I'll buy anywhere from 3 to 7 of those items. If the numbers are extremely good, I might be willing to buy all that I can find, but I'm just working the territory to find as many opportunities as I can, apply simple product research. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can learn more and more techniques to research, but when you're first doing it, you're just looking at how quickly is this going to sell, and is it going to sell at a good profit margin? And I forced myself to try to push as close to 100% ROI as possible because my time is limited. So if I'm going to be buying, labeling, packing up items, I'm trying to get the best ROI as I can, which is why I'm able to say 70 to 80% ROI on that 68,000 that you see. And I think, Seth, that's a conservative number.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to take into the account that not all of your items sell immediately, and you have to lower some of your prices. But that's basically how I approach my arbitrage. And I do the same thing both in stores and online.
Yeah. Again, for those of you guys who just joined, these are his sales numbers. Just a few hours ago, I said, Eric, just send me your latest numbers, last 3 months. There you go. 68,000 in 90 days, 70 to 80% profit margin. Again, I'll show you guys on Instagram. I hope this motivates you like crazy. And Eric is teaching us how to do arbitrage. How do you do it? What do you look for? Now, Eric, if you could elaborate a little bit. There we go. If you could elaborate just a little bit on, you mentioned 100,000 BSR or below. And guys, BSR means how fast it's selling in Amazon. And the lower the number, the faster it's selling. Talk a little bit about the 90% percentile you mentioned, and then number of other sellers on that listing. Do you ever buy something, you can't go that low, so you're going to wait for them to disappear, and then yours pops up? Do you have a limit? Could you talk about those two pieces just a little bit?
Sure. So when I'm looking for BSR, I'm trying to get an idea, again, of how quickly the item is going to sell. And so nearly every item in the Amazon catalog is assigned a bestseller rank. And you got to think golf. So the lower, the better. So, if you find an item that's like 100 BSR, you're talking gobs of sales every single day. So 25,000 for a BSR in a normal broad category is an extremely low BSR. You know that many are going to sell probably every day. And so that will influence how I view competition, because if there's 5 other sellers and I'm going to be the 6th, but the BSR indicates that there's 6 sales a day, then I can have confidence that I'm going to be able to sell 1 a day, given that the margin will allow me to compete for the buy box. So I need to be able to set my price in a way that matches what the lowest FBA seller is selling for on that listing. And by FBA, I simply mean fulfillment by Amazon. So I recommend always selling through Amazon and allowing them to take care of all the work that needs to be done. The warehousing, the pick and pack, the shipping. That's the only way I could scale my business. I could sell 10 items on eBay over the course of a couple of weeks, but to scale to thousands of items a month, take advantage of FBA. So if I can match the lowest FBA price on that listing, and I'm keeping my metrics and my account health up, I can be confident that I'm going to win the buy box. And so now I'm looking at my margin, and if I know that the price that's in the buy box will allow me to have significant margin, and I know the BSR is selling, in the example I used, 6 a day, then I can look at that and say, I'm going to probably sell on average 1 a day, and I don't have a problem buying 10 of them because they're going to sell it certainly in the next month. Yeah. So I'm always looking at how quickly I'm going to be able to sell, and BSR is really informing that in significant ways.
It's really good. And so when you look at the lowest number, let's say you have 5 sellers in that listing, the lowest number, let's just say it's $49.99. If you sell yours at $49.99, in other words, you're the same price as the lowest, and you still have a minimum of getting a third back, but hopefully you want 100% ROI, and the BSR is low enough, like 25,000, which is really good, you're confident it's worth it because it's selling so quickly, you're going to get one of those sales. You're going to get one of those sales at some point. Someone's going to pick your offering versus someone else. Did I summarize it accurately?
Yeah, you did summarize it accurately. And that's where the numbers are really informing your decisions and giving you confidence, because it's helping you actually calculate the kind of money you're going to make and how quickly you're going to sell. I mean, that data is available. Amazon makes that data available. The app you can get and for free and put on your phone and scan products with is just giving you that real-time data. If it's an active listing with a good BSR, it's telling me there's precedent that this item has already sold, and it should sell, unless it's January 2nd and it's Christmas lights. And then I just know I have to put it in storage for 9 months and then pull it out and send it in. But I mean, if you apply a little bit of common sense and recognize that the numbers are going to inform your decision, you're in a really good place to make wise investments with your money. You're not just hoping that the $100 you spent is going to somehow happen to make you money. You're thinking well about how you're investing that money in what we just often call quality products. Not pretty products, but products that have shown a clear precedent that they're going to sell, and they're going to sell at a good price.
On Saturday, when Kimberly and I were driving around and just yard selling and going to different places, there wasn't a single yard sale, the 5 we went to, that didn't have something. The first one had 2, the next one had 6 or 7, the next one had 4. And we came home with, if you combine the total sales, you're looking at $1,000, at least $600 profit. And that's just from driving around for fun. Guys, listen, this thought hit my mind. And Eric, I think you'll appreciate this, especially here in Texas, where yard selling is much more year round than where you are in Vermont. There are so many yard sales just out there, I don't even have time to get to. So someone's like, well, man, everyone's going to jump in arbitrage and do it. No, that's not true. There is more opportunity than there are sellers. There's so many places you can find these treasures. To one guy, he's selling these video games for 10 cents a piece, and they sell for $50 on Amazon. Like, it's unbelievable. But to him, it's worth it to get a few, just some cash. He doesn't want to deal with going online. He doesn't even know how to. So you can take advantage of that. You walk around with your seller app, you scan it, you look it up, you see if it's restricted or not. You drop in the cost to you. You have an estimate for the shipping into Amazon, and it shows you your profit based on whether it's new or used and the lowest price. Like, guys, it really is not complicated. Now, I want to encourage you guys. I'm going to be very direct. If you're like, Seth, Eric, this is awesome. I love it. You show me the sale, 68,000 in 90 days. How can you help me? How can you really take me step by step through the entire process? What category should I be selling in? What kind of products? What websites should I go to? What stores should I go to? And let me just add this on the side. One of our products, Arbitrage products, the first time we went to get it, Eric, we went into Home Depot. We bought them out. Then we went online. We bought them out. Then every time they come back in, Kimberly buys the rest, puts them on eBay, and they sell just automatically. Boom, every day they sell. Like, it's literally a mindless moneymaker. Just one little stupid product. You would never think it would get sales. It's so basic. I'm so tempted to tell you what it is. And Kimberly said, do not tell them. So I promised I wouldn't tell anybody. But seriously, guys, it took me like 5 minutes to find this product. Now, I'm not saying every product's going to be that easy. You will say no 100 times. No, 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 no. Yes. And that's totally fine. But the more you do it, the more you're going to make. And like Eric said, then you start finding these special places. You develop a relationship with the manager who gives you good deals. Back when we were buying from Office Depot and Office Max, when they were merging, Eric, and I would buy a bunch of the printers, and I took advantage of that because I knew they had to get rid of a lot of their inventory. I would always walk in, look at the printer sitting up front and say, how much are you selling it for? Then I go over to the manager, really nice lady, and like, hey, would you give me a discount? Sure, why not? Here's 15% off. That's just 15% more margin on each of those items. And so a lot of those items would have a $40, $50, $60 profit. Now imagine doing that 100 times, because that's a lot of money and not a ridiculous amount of work to get that kind of money. You won't get that level of income working for a regular company. Eric was able to generate almost $70,000 in 3 months. So to go back to the question, how can you help us? I'll tell you exactly, guys. Eric is a student of Just One Dime. He now is a coach. You can guess why. Not only does he love helping people, but he's good at what he does. He is an Amazon arbitrage seller first. He is a coach on the side. Well, I should say, really, he's other things first. He's there for his family. He loves Jesus. He serves at his church. All these other things that are huge values. But he is a seller in Amazon. We had to ask him, Eric, would you help us with the coaching? Because we need more people teaching more people, because we only have so much time in the day. If you are serious, you're like, Seth, Eric, could you help me do this? Show me how to do it. Yes, we absolutely can. We have a full-blown, not a course, a membership, a training program that will show you everything you need to know and then some, all the tools places you can go, strategies and stuff like that. Whether or not, though, you decide to do that, I want to encourage everyone with this. Get out there and take action. I'm telling you, it's like I'm going to go have fun on Saturday and make an extra $600, $1,000 a week. Like, it's just like, how can you lose? I would much rather have that memory with my wife than sitting in front of Netflix binging. I'm not against Netflix. Don't get me wrong. I do watch some shows. But think about the quality, you guys. I just met with one of our other arbitrage coaches this morning. He's like, one of my favorite things to do, I love learning. So I go out, I watch videos, I learn, then I go apply it and make money. Like, it's like a hobby to him. So it's no wonder he's not constantly going, oh man, how am I going to pay for this? How do I travel the world? No, he gets to do that because he's active in learning. Okay, Eric, I'm just going to throw these questions at you really fast. We got a bunch of questions and we got 6 minutes to answer about 100 questions. Okay, so let me see here. Where's the drama? I love it. All right, what's up, everybody from Atlanta? Okay, Alex, his first question, and he's trying to stump you, Eric, and he's trying to stump me because he wants an iPad. He says, do you know my real name? Now, he's on
Alexander?
Here. There you go, Alexander. Alex B. That's not a fair question. All right, let me keep going. Okay, so the next, I'm only going to answer arbitrage questions, you guys. So if I skip your question, you asked a private label question. Typically Wednesdays is private label. Today is arbitrage. All right, so let me go. Is it online arbitrage? It is both, Vered. Okay, is it allowed to do arbitrage for every brand in Germany? Are there restrictions? Eric, how would you answer that question?
The answer is there are absolutely restrictions. I don't know a lot about the market in Germany, but what I know is that in any market, when you're selling on Amazon, you're going to encounter restrictions. Items can be restricted by category. Items can be restricted by brand. Sometimes they're restricted for reasons that I have no idea. Amazon does what they do, how they want to do it. But you can apply for approval for that restriction to lift. And the longer you sell and the more experience you get, the more opportunities you have to see those restrictions removed. And so the answer is yes, you will encounter that, but never enough to hinder you from moving forward. Every time I get restricted, I try to get approval. If they deny my approval, I just see it as a no and I move on.
And guys, remember, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you can still do this. And we teach how to do it. So you might say, well, I want to sell Amazon.com US, but I live in Germany. How do I do that? We teach how to do that. We show you exactly how to do that. You go to a prep center, you have them ship it in for you. Literally, you could do all of it from your computer. You don't even have to get out of your pajamas if you don't want to, because what you do when you're doing it internationally from a different country, it now becomes all online arbitrage, what Eric had referred to earlier. Mohammed, great question, but that's a private label question. Am says, hey, Seth, thank you for the review template that you suggested on an older video. It actually works. I received 10 reviews with 5 stars in 2 months. Congratulations. That's awesome. Good morning, Side Hustle. Okay, I started a month ago. I've seen the profit, but I wonder if I were to quit my job now, could I make just enough to pay for food and small bills? What would you say to that, Eric?
I would say I have no idea. I don't know what your specific situation is, but what I would say is that Amazon is it's such a good business to have and tailor it to your private situation. So I think you've got to do the hard work of developing what those desires and convictions are on your own. I don't think that the business demands you to stop your job and go full-time in a hasty manner. I think you can continue to gain confidence and continue to expand your business until you feel a level of comfort whereby you're willing to quit your job, fire your boss, and go full-time. I don't think you should feel constrained to do that immediately just because it may one day be a good idea or it's kind of sexy to fire your boss and kind of go on your own. If you're really uncomfortable with it, just keep working the business. Find ways that you can advance the business given your current situation until you have enough comfort to make that decision. We're not against taking risks, but have it be a risk that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, well said. I like how you speak about convictions, your values drive what you do. And then you also talked about risk, but one that you're comfortable with, in other words, calculated risk. So you're being smart. You can't make money without risk, guys, but be smart about it. 100% agreed. Next question is, how do I sell quickly on Amazon?
You sell quickly on Amazon by buying products that have a low BSR and less competition. And you don't dawdle. You don't futz around once you've bought the products. I buy the products with a strong BSR, and I immediately get them into an Amazon fulfillment center so that they can go live as soon as possible. And I monitor my pricing. So there are times when I need to lower my prices a bit to stay competitive for the buy box. It doesn't mean I'm killing my ROI. It means that I'm remaining competitive, though, so that I am making quick sales.
You want to hear something cool, Eric? So while you were talking over here on my phone, one of the items that we bought on Saturday, another one just sold. I just want you guys to think about this now. Here we are, and while we're having fun, we're making money online. It just went through. And that was, again, just having fun on a Saturday, you guys. You can do this. I wish I caught the screenshot. It came right at the top. Boom, it sold. Okay, next. How do I start doing Amazon arbitrage? I really want to do this.
It's easy to start. Go on Amazon Seller Central, do a search to find where you can create your own account on Amazon Seller Central. You have to have the necessary documents to do that. And once you give them those documents and get your account established, download the Amazon Seller Central app and get busy scanning products or looking at products online. And that's simple. You go to clearance websites and you compare the prices of items there with any accurate listings that happen to exist on Amazon with the exact same item. And maybe you invest some money becoming a member at Just One Dime and learning how to take your next steps.
And that actually ties in perfectly with the next question. I'm going to answer this one, Eric. I once tried to do online arbitrage business, but I could not find any profitable product through tactical arbitrage. Is arbitrage still profitable? And I'm going to show it again, guys. I'd rather show than say. Here you go. And I'll let you guys see as well. In the last 90 days, these are Eric's numbers. He sent me this, like I said, a few hours, like 2 hours before we started. I just said, send me your last 30 days. There you go. At 70 to 80% profit margin. And Eric also bought a new house for his family, for his wife and his children as well. This is from arbitrage alone. Now just take that and think about what you can do, not only just with arbitrage, but also private label. It's phenomenal, you guys. I paid off my house a long time ago because I sell on Amazon. It just, I don't know how else to say it. If you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for money, then what are you waiting for? It literally, if you watched me and Eric talk all day, the only value you're going to get out of this is if you get out there and do it. And you can do it all from online. Yes, you can do it from Singapore. You can do it from anywhere in the world. You just need to start. And if you're not sure how and you need help, how do I find profitable items? Join Just One Dime Arbitrage. We will show you step by step. Here's my promise to you. We will overwhelm you with how much you will learn. Not underwhelm, overwhelm. If you have any complaint, it'll be this, oh my goodness, there's so much to learn. And that's why we give it to you in stages, step by step, so you can build it. And we have some extremely advanced sellers in there as well who are absolutely crushing it. All right, so I'm going to go back to the questions. Okay, the next question is, Eric, will you, this is from our mysterious Alex B. Will you elaborate on what steps you made to get to the profit percentage so high at 75%? Great question.
Yeah, I didn't take steps to get there. That's where I started, and I applied that principle immediately. So what we teach in our membership is what I call the 3X rule, and that says if I can buy a product for a third of its selling price, then I'm paying, let's say, $10 for the product in the retail store, and I'm selling it for $30. So I'm paying $10 for the product. I'm giving Amazon about a third of the selling price. So I'm giving Amazon $10 to do everything that they do: warehouse, pick and pack, ship, provide returns. The Amazon fees are steep, but they're making my business possible, and they're giving me the opportunity to use their marketplace. So I buy the product for $10. I give Amazon $10. And if I sell it for $30, my profit is $10, and there's my 100% ROI. I paid 10, but I got back 10 profit, and that's 100% return on investment. I, by conviction, began my business with that kind of margin because I knew there were going to be other exigencies. I got to buy supplies like labels and whatnot. I've got to pay for gas in my car. I need to just pay for various things, and I wanted to mitigate the risk. So if I was going to invest $100 in the beginning, I wanted it to be in high margin items. So Alexander, if that's your name, I held my feet to the fire to find products that gave me a high ROI. And my experience has been that I've had more opportunities really than I can take advantage of in keeping my ROI that high.
Thank you, man, for sharing this. And thank you for all these questions. I'm going to ask one question because I think it summarizes some of the next ones. And guys, we don't have time to get to all of them. But again, if you want Eric and other Amazon arbitrage sellers and coaches to train you, then go to the link I'm going to give you guys now. It's also in the description part of this video. And on Instagram, just navigate to my profile. You'll see the links there. Click on it and you'll see it. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, do it. Every Saturday, we just go out and we show you how to do it. We just show you, just walk. It's like you're on a journey with us. We'll show you exactly how we do it, how we source products and all that. But if you want full-on training, take advantage of this. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to give you the rest of the link after justoneDime.com. There you go. Because otherwise, YouTube will not accept it. It's justoneDime.com/that, Amazon-arbitrage-coaching, justoneDime.com/Amazon-arbitrage-coaching. One more question, Eric. Let's say you find a product. You're sourcing online, retail, doesn't matter. As a general rule, I know there's many factors, what is the highest BSR, highest number of competitors? Like, how far are you willing to go and you're still 100% ROI and you're like, okay, that's as far as I'll go. If the BSR is any higher, I won't buy it. If the number of sellers on there is any more, I won't buy it. How far do you stretch that? Just as a general rule of thumb, and I know it depends on the product category too.
Yeah. If it's 100% ROI, I feel pretty good about my margin, and I know I've got some room. I'm probably going to be willing to push 250,000 BSR personally. And I may do that with an understanding that it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. All a high BSR is doing is indicating it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. And so maybe I buy less of the product. If I've only got 2 or 3 available, then I don't mind if it takes me 30 or 45 days to sell those 2 or 3. If it's 100% ROI, I'm happy to push maybe 250,000. And number of sellers, honestly, I don't really stress a whole lot about the number of sellers, because if I can have a competitive price, which I can if the ROI is 100%, then I know I can compete for the buy box. So even if there's 20 sellers, which would be a lot, I know I can compete for the buy box and I can probably make a sale. Now, that's going to give me pause. I don't know if I want to buy 10, and I just want to be cautious in how I'm approaching it. But I'm willing to push those limits, especially if the ROI is good. Sometimes you've got an ROI of like 300%, and you push those even more.
Right. And I love this because, guys, some products will sell right away. Some will take a few weeks, some will take a month. But if you have all 3 of those kinds of products sitting there in Amazon's fulfillment center, that means you have constant cash flow. That cash flow you can use to put right back into your business and continue to expand it as you go. So to answer the question about BSR, I saw it on both platforms, Instagram and YouTube. Eric's limit, maybe 250,000 is pushing it. Okay, BSR, but I got a good ROI on it, regardless of the number of sellers, because at some point it's going to sell. Now, if that BSR is 25,000, well, you might be selling it really, really fast. If it's 50 or 80,000, it might take a few days, but boom, then it sells. So just to give you guys perspective, but the only way you guys can mess this up, the only way you can mess it up is by not taking action. That's it. That's the only way you can really mess this up, is not taking action. If you take action and start and you learn as you go and get your hands dirty, go online, start going to yard sales, go to Target, go to Kohl's, go to Walmart. In fact, I'm going to include also below a list of 50 different websites, the most common that we use to do online arbitrage, and feel free to go through that list as well. And again, if you're looking, like Seth, I really want the training. I want you guys to show me how for an entire year, coach me, 2 live videos every week, or no, 1 live video, a bunch of training videos, and another video that gives me tactical, like ninja-like tactics on how to do it, as well as lists of leads that will give me a boost, then go here, justoneDime.com/Amazon-arbitrage-coaching. I can't put the whole thing in the chat because YouTube has gotten weird and they won't let you do links anymore. So you guys can just grab that, copy it, go check it out. Eric, any last words of encouragement to everyone before you go?
Yeah, I think this can be done by anybody. It can be done by anybody who lives anywhere and has any amount of money. I don't know where else you can start a business with whatever amount of money you have and you're comfortable with. I mean, if you have $50, you could go spend $50 on quality products that are going to sell, and then do exactly what you just said. Turn that profit back into more investment. And that's how I built my business, and that's how I created margin. So I just think anybody can do this. It's flexible, it's fun, and Amazon is growing like gangbusters. You know, I heard somebody just recently tell me, like, Amazon's kind of selling on Amazon is a thing of the past. We're on the backside of that whole enterprise. And I just said,
I like it. He's thinking
way. Amazon is growing. Really, it's growing faster than the businesses of people who are coming on and selling. And so I think if you're listening to this, you're in a great position to take advantage of what's going to be a growing phenomenon. And that's that Amazon is going to be selling products on a marketplace to people all over the world. And you can take advantage of that, and it can really serve you, and it can serve your family.
I love this because last week we had James Pilgrim on. He's in the United Kingdom. He generated $91,000 in the last 30 days on Amazon private label. You've done $70,000 in the last 3 months here in the US in Vermont. Someone here from Iran. Yes, you absolutely can start an account from Iran. You just have to know how to do it. You can be anywhere in the world. I know there's restrictions in Iran. You can still sell on Amazon. We have people in our membership who live in Iran who do this today. So I know that for a fact, Afshin. The point is, don't let your location limit you guys. And please, more importantly than that, don't let your thinking limit you. Take action. That is my encouragement to you. Okay, guys, have an awesome day. Again, if this has been helpful and you haven't subscribed, subscribe, comment below. Follow me on Instagram. Every Saturday, you can follow me and Kimberly around while we do arbitrage as well. If you really want to bring it up to the next level, join Just One Dime. We'll take you there. Thank you so much, Eric. Have an awesome day, man. See ya.